Hey guys, it's KlaireeBerry, and I'm here today to do just basically a real general reading for everyone. You can take it as a crypto general or personal, whatever's clever. However you want to use this, let's just jump right in here. This is basically our last week of Mars square Pluto, and this was kind of an energy where you want to be kind of careful. You want to kind of limit yourself a little bit, kind of like pay attention to your details here. And, we're very motivated. We're very driven to succeed under this, but it's kind of like that. Be careful that you don't overdo it. Okay. Especially with our, full moon energy that we just had. So again, this is kind of the last week of that energy going to be fading out a little bit. So it's basically the peak week of Mercury sextile natal Venus. This is getting into some more like fun and leisurely energy. Oh, got the Emperor. Okay. So yeah, like leadership energy coming through, but almost like without even trying. Again, it's like we're so motivated right now, especially with our Mars square natal Pluto, like that we just talked about. But it's kind of like, thank goodness we have this energy to kind of chill us out, even though, again, we're just wanting to be the best, do the best, get the most security, feel the best. And it's a lot of work. We want to work. But again, this kind of balances it out for us just a little bit. So I think that's actually good, because we need to have fun. We can't be like all work and no play, makes Jack a dull boy. You know what I mean? Actually, I hate that movie. But anyway, it's kind of like when you're looking at the holistic law of attraction, you want to take into consideration, like how you feel and not just focus on, where you're trying to go or who you're trying to be, but make sure that you're, able to be grateful for the things that you have now. And again, if you're interested in the holistic law of attraction, be sure to check out the playlists that I have here on YouTube. Lots of playlists. So be sure to check those out. Now, this is also the last week of Venus square natal Neptune. Oh my gosh, you guys. I haven't thrown the cards like that on the floor for a while now. Okay, I mean like 25 cards on the floor. Clear. Okay, so this is energy of, again, Venus square natal Pluto. There's a lot of insecurity there. There's like, oh, I'm not good enough. It's like that nervous kind of energy sometimes, kind of off by yourself. Almost like thinking people are, possibly thinking about you, talking about you, just like that insecurity. Yeah, the Hermit. It really is kind of that loner energy. It's kind of just like wanting to be imaginative. And, a lot of us are still doing some self-reflection and really big changes in our life right now. So, it's a time where, I think we're aware. We're wanting to be aware. We're wanting to raise to a higher consciousness, which is so important for all of us. And, there's a lot of idealism. There's a lot of imagination. We're able to see, start to interpret, different things and see different possibilities presenting themselves. A lot of intuition going on there as well. So it's also the peak week of Sun square natal Saturn. So back to the insecurity, back to some a little bit of, frustrations and negativity. Okay. And that's just part of all, dealing with all the changes that we're going through. Nobody can have all the answers when there's this many changes going in the air. You know what I mean? And again, that's kind of why we're so insecure, is because we're right in the middle of all of these changes that we've been dealing with so much these past couple of years. All of us have, we keep, we all know that at our core, like it's been a couple of years, hasn't it? Right. But we're getting to kind of start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're getting to start to feel that, like getting back to ourselves, getting back to some lucky energy here. Okay. Even though this kind of came up through the frustrations, through the insecurities, again, you got to work through stuff before you can move on. This also is like really, again, it's like trying to stay on the ball, trying to balance everything. And so again, it's kind of with that Mars square natal Pluto, it's like, be careful. Don't try to do too much, because if you're trying to do too much, then you're going to fall off. You know what I mean? If you're truly going to be on the ball, you got to know how to prioritize. And again, that's part of the holistic law of attraction. So be sure to check that out. Okay, again, playlist. So let's look at the 23rd. The 23rd, we have the sun moving into Scorpio from Libra. So a lot less balanced, a lot less tactful, biting our tongue. We're going to say those things, we're going to do those things. And in a way, it's kind of feels good. It feels freeing. And again, can be a lot of emotions. This can be drama emotions. And we're so motivated. We're so motivated to make everything work. And again, it's like we're wanting to make the relationships work. We're making to want the business work. We're wanting to make the kids work. Like everything. Again, don't get overly motivated to where you're obsessed or, that's all you can think about is your future and you're not paying attention to the now. We have to be in the moment now. I'm really sorry. Hold on. My screen is not wanting to focus. So, of course, a time to go deep and a time where, again, emotions can overflow in a good way, and negative ways as well. There's always that, the negative feeling is going to come back and get us. And again, doing the inner child healing work is great for that, to kind of keep those and not only just be scared of them and push them down, the negative feelings, but to be able to, to really make sure that they don't get in the way of what you want anymore. And I think you've made a lot of progress already in doing that if you're here watching these videos. So again, doing some shadow work, taking the shadow work into the inner child healing, going deep this month in the Sun and Scorpio is going to be awesome. Again, because our emotions are naturally going, towards the deep stuff anyways, the deep, and it's a time for, sometimes these, deep inner child healing wounds to kind of bubble up during this time. But again, it's not necessarily a negative thing. And it's not a negative thing to cry, guys, and to let it out. People equate a nervous breakdown with a good cry sesh. And that's not at all true. Like a nervous breakdown is like, going crazy. It's disrupting your life. Like you're out of it. You can't function normally. Crying, allowing yourself a good cry is something completely different. So, honor yourself by allowing yourself to go deep into your emotions and taking care of them. Because again, if we don't take care of the negative emotions from the past and reprocess them or, just process them, sometimes, we literally bury shit so far down that we just don't, we try to pretend everything's great and we just push it down. And so sometimes, we actually have to remember, what happened to us as a kid or, certain things like that. You know how it is, blocked memories and things like that. So we have to process it one way or another, and now that we're older, now that we're smarter, now that we're more evolved and more enlightened, we can go back and do that. We can help others do that as well. That's what this channel is all about. So again, check out those playlists, okay? Because I have this shadow work will lead you right into the inner child healing. The way that I had it in my program, and there's also a program playlist, I think has it all. I might not have I need to check in what's in there. But it goes to holistic law of attraction, then shadow work, then inner child healing, if you want to follow the program. Okay. Made that way for a reason, but it's good stuff. So again, really a good time for deep healing. Watch the obsessions, watch the, again, that willpower wanting to be so strong that you are, flipping out or hurting people, like just overbearing. Just watch that, happening. It is a really good time to get into some like occult learnings, get deep into meditation. It's really a great time for change and to renew or rebirth. A lot of times, making changes at home, letting things go if they're not serving us, and renewing things, if we decide that we want to keep them in our lives. Okay. Otherwise, cut it out. If it's not an F, yes, it's an F. No, right? It's that kind of energy. Okay. And we're not going to sugarcoat anything either. We're going to be our, again, honor yourself by being your true, authentic self. And the more that you do that, and the more that you, again, kind of dig within and do that healing that we were talking about, it'll just come naturally to you to attract what you want, to be yourself, feel comfortable in your own skin, that sort of thing. Okay. So yeah, again, that end of Mars in Libra on the 30th, beginning of Mars in Scorpio. So again, kind of less, people, again, they're so much more driven at this time. And this goes for crypto too. Like, I think we talked about that already. Well, we get a lot of fours right in a row. A lot of fours right in a row. That's very interesting. Okay. And it goes along with our Emperor card. Emperor is a 4 as well. Check that out. 444. So it's like we've got some lasting stability from our Mars. I think that, you know, it doesn't just automatically go away, and we value that. We value the balance that we have achieved. And it's like, we don't necessarily want to totally mess that up, but coming, especially like I was saying, coming from a crypto place, you know, you want that stability because that's what you build on. If you don't have that stability, you can't build from here. And I think everybody's seeing now is a really good time to kind of go for what you want. Take action on what you truly want. Okay. Especially habits at home here. And especially, again, in regards to your feelings. Okay. And remember, the way we feel is a lot of times directly correlated to our home and what's around us. Okay. And of course our habits too. Again, holistic law of attraction. Check it out. So yeah, it's just much more driven. People are going to be more, you know, willing to take risks. There's kind of that energy of, oh, you know, the passive aggressiveness, has finally, like all that stability that we wanted. It's finally like reached a point where we're going to communicate. We're going to get our needs across. We've got all these feelings, you know, all this water energy, but you know, again, we're not going to hold back. We're not going to be that passive aggressive person who is holding it in, and then bam, you know, the storm comes and the bottle explodes and you have a big fight. But at that point, it's really the energy of like that happening. And then, wow, we learned something new from that kind of explosion, from that, you know, from that buildup. Like, and we realized something that we might not have learned before if we didn't allow our feelings to kind of come to the surface. And it's really speaking to doing it on a regular basis. It's really speaking towards making a place in your home in order for you to not only do the shadow work and do some inner child healing, do some meditation, right? And remember how much important this is for your work and for everything you want to do. It's like that. If you don't have time, if you think you don't have time to meditate, then you are exactly the person who needs to meditate. It's kind of like that. And it's not only like making that spot in your home, but it's like making it a ritual, doing some shadow work, doing some self-reflection, touching base with that inner child. Okay. Having a little space in your home to do that, it not only will help you again get in kind of this habit ritual of doing it, but it'll remind you when you see this little space that you've created, you know, your little happy place, your little workspace, whatever you want to call it, your inner workspace, you know, you see it and it reminds you, you know, if you get off course. So a little blurry. I'm not sure why it keeps on doing that today. It's part of the energy, I suppose. I suppose. Everything is, right? We can't really escape it. So that is actually pretty much it. So I hope you guys had a great day, night, whatever. I hope you're doing well. Give rather than take. We're still kind of, again, we want to keep that balance. We don't want to just totally go off the deep end again with the Scorpio energy, but just know that there's going to be shifts coming this week, a lot more shifts. And again, keep in mind, especially with crypto, that's great. I mean, I love how we have the all-time highs, not only on the full-time moon for Bitcoin, but right after, again, we talked about Jupiter going direct and Mercury going direct. And we knew that was going to be good for Bitcoin. And then bam, and everything's doing so great. So again, check out the crypto videos, check out the playlist, check out I got KlaireeBerry.com is all the links to all the social media. So check it out. Much love, many blessings. Take care. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.